Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to episode 8 of my Terraria Let's Play series. And it says Blood Moon is rising. Okay. At the end of the last episode, I was going off in search of a meteorite crash, but instead ended up having to deal with a goblin army, which is fine. I now have some spike balls and a harpoon, I believe it is, in my collection of stuff. But for this episode, I'm going to be working towards getting some meteorite. And I went off to the left and was very lucky enough to have discovered it. Couple things to note about the meteorite. When there are, I think it's 40 or more, maybe 50 or more meteorite on the screen, it makes its own separate biome, namely a meteorite biome. And all this stuff down here is all meteorite. And in order to avoid some of the problems with it, because there is a lot of fire involved and pain and suffering, and it's just annoying in general. But on top of that, once you're in the biome, these things called Meteor Heads start spawning. And you can actually use that to your advantage, except it's not going to be too easy on a blood moon night. When you are in a meteor biome, only meteor heads will spawn. Those last few remaining corruption entities that I had earlier were just because I was up on the surface before. Now, as long as I'm down here, there will only be these meteor heads. Pretty slow, and pretty predictable for their movement and everything. They just come in a straight line. Ow. There we go. And I had to do this on a blood moon night, didn't I? That's right. So basically, what you have to do is, if you don't have any obsidian gear, you have to make it so you're not going to touch the meteorite, if at all possible. And I'm probably going to get close to dying here. Oh, there were two of them there. There, drink a potion. Alright. Now, I have the Nightmare Pickaxe, which is the minimum pickaxe necessary for being able to mine. Ta-da! Meteorite! It does hurt to step on it, so I'm going to have to do this kind of slowly, and I will probably just go ahead and do all the mining off camera. Hopefully, I will be able to get at least 220 meteorite. That's how many I need in order to make two different things. One, a meteor ham axe, which is the upgrade to the breaker. And I will need that in order to get some higher end stuff later. Oh, that's also some meteorite. Also, I want a phase blade, which is essentially a lightsaber. So I'm going to cut here and deal with the meteor heads as they come through and mine all of this that I can. And I will be back in a moment, so see you soon. Okay, I have finished digging all the meteorite. I have more than 220. I have, actually, let's see here, 400. So that's enough to make a couple phase blades if I want, but I'll just make the one. So what I'm going to need are 10 gems of some sort. Let's see here, I have 22 topaz. I have some rubies. I think I'll go with green this time. Or some sapphires, rather. Okay. So let's make some meteorite. Oh, just enough to make 100. That's awesome. Okay. So let's see here. First thing I'll need is this. And it even sounds like a lightsaber. It doesn't quite have the reach that this one does, but that's okay. And then I will need to make the Meteor Ham Axe. It counts as both a hammer and an axe. So that means I can get rid of that and that, freeing up some inventory space. And it looks like I have plenty more meteorite to make some additional gear. Let's see here. That needs 20 and that needs 25. So I'll make the leggings and the helmet just to have them. Oh, that looks pretty cool, actually. And I think I'll just go ahead and sell the war axe and the breaker. So let's get up here. Put the blade of grass in here next to the light's bane, because I need to keep a hold of that. And talk to him about selling stuff. I can always make more of that later. Alright. So now that I've got the Meteor Ham Axe and a phase blade, which is 21 damage as opposed to this was... Oh, this is 30 damage. Maybe I didn't want to make the phase blade after all. I probably could have gotten the full outfit. Oh well. I'll just have to wait for the next meteor. Which means I have to break some more shadow orbs, but that's fine. Okay, so now I think it's time for me to go down to the underworld. So let me get my stuff prepared and I will start digging a what's termed a Hellevator, which is basically a shaft that leads straight down to the underworld in a single vertical climb. And I will do that and be right back. Okay guys, I'm back and I have something to show you. Once you get far enough down into the world, I believe the level is called the Cavern Layer, you will eventually encounter, ta-da, this guy, the Bound Goblin. When you talk to him, he becomes an NPC. that you can buy things from him, including rocket boots, which are pretty awesome. They allow for flight, and I believe you can combine them in order to make the double jump with the flight. I might be wrong about that. There's a ruler that allows you to see the block placement grid. You can buy the spiky balls that you get from the goblin invasion. You get a Tinker's Workshop, which allows you to combine some accessories, and this is an accessory. You can actually buy a grappling hook instead of having to wait to get hooks from a piranha or something, but usually by now you've already got one. And a tool belt, which allows you to increase your block placement range. For 10 gold to increase your block placement range by 1, in my opinion, just isn't worth it. However, this Tinker's Workshop is going to come into play in the future for making some better gear. Now, once you have freed him, that's it. He's good. He can die, he can go off screen, he'll go back to the main area, and you have yet another NPC vendor. He'll find his own home. But I wanted you guys to see this one, so you knew that I had gotten him. And I'm going to continue with my digging down to the underworld. So, I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm back at my NPC apartments because I wanted to go ahead and test this out. I bought some armored rocket boots. Ah, they have +3 defense. I really hope I can do that well again. Uh-oh. I need to put a lid on this place. Just a second. There. Okay. Now, I'm at the, what was this called? The Tinker's Workshop. And I have the rocket boots as well as the Hermes boots, which allow me to run super fast. And I can now make Spectre Boots, which allows flight and run super fast. So, there we go. +4 defense. Oh, I don't need to reforge it. Excellent. So now, if I come out here. Oh, it's a blood moon. That's why there's so much going on. So I can double jump and I can hover for a little while. But the problem is, if you fly without having the ability to land softly, you're going to take a lot of damage if you fall from up high. Quick check. I'll go sell that real quick. Real quick. Oh, here's some health. Back up here. Talk to you. Interesting. Alright, now, the other thing that the goblin tinker has at his disposal is, if I take all my gold here, come over here and talk to him, I can reforge my items. So, like for instance, right now I have a nightmare pickaxe that has no bonus to it, and same thing with the Meteor Hammocks. I'm going to take this Meteor Hammock, put it in here, and for 1 gold 50 silver, I stand a chance at reforging now. There's the button. Now it's sluggish. Okay, I don't want that. Sharp, that's okay. Dull. Forceful. Heavy. Unpleasant. Annoying. Pointy. I'll deal with nasty. That's pretty good. So almost every tool and weapon in the game can have some sort of modification put on it. Same thing as the accessories. I can add to my defense with the accessories there. Don't really want the movement speed, so let's see what I can get. Mana, damage, defense. I like the defense. But I figured I'd show you that aspect. And also at the goblin, the Tinker station, you can create boulders which are used for making your own booby traps if you want. But I'm not going to get into that just yet. That's a little bit farther down the road. So I'm going to try to deal with some of these eyeballs really quick. Alright. And I will be right back with hopefully some more progress towards getting some obsidian. So I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I have worked my way far enough down that I am definitely in the cavern section, and there is a lot of obsidian for me to deal with. Trouble is, I might run out of air before I can get it all. Let's see here. Now, simplest way to make obsidian. Find a source of water. Don't drown. Find a source of water and drag it over to the lava like this so that it flows onto it. Don't forget to make sure you can breathe. Alright. As soon as the water hits the lava, it creates a bunch of obsidian. And there you go. Place to work. Everything is obsidianized, and now I have an entire lake that I can turn into, or an entire lava lake that I can turn into obsidian. I'm going to clear this out so that more of the water can flow over. I don't think the water gets used up in the creation process of making the obsidian. I might be wrong on that. But it's pretty easy to harvest, and I'm going to need, let's see here, 185 plus 60. So I'm going to need about 250, about a stack of obsidian. Because I have a lot of things that I want to make, including things that I will need some Hellstone bars for. But I definitely do want some obsidian skulls, 3 of them, so I can make some accessories that I'll be able to use. So I'm going to get to harvesting the obsidian here, and I guess I will be back in just a bit. Okay guys, I'm back, and I figured I would mention something that does come up. Unlike Minecraft, it is okay to dig straight down in Terraria. However, you will eventually encounter lava. And if I dig down from right here, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. So, there's a pretty straightforward way to get around that. Around that situation where you will encounter lava and you can either dig straight through it or go around it. Obviously, it's easier to go straight through. Well, normally easier. There is one thing that you're going to need. And that is it to cooperate with me while I'm recording so I can actually fly. There we go. You're going to need to bring some water with you. Let me take care of this worm because it's going to annoy me. There we go. Okay. So let me come in from the top here. Throw a torch, or throw a glow stick. Couldn't remember the word. And I'm going to try to drag the lowest part of the water with me that I possibly can. Oh, and drown. There we go. Try not to drown. Get some more light here so you can see what I'm doing. There. Alright. Almost done. Alright. The water as it comes down is going to knock out my torches along the way. That's fine. I can put some on the outside. What? Is there something in the water with me? Yep, there is. Okay. There we go. Put some light there. Light there. Oh, I found one of those rooms. Got the chest and another statue from it. I'll eventually show you the statue collection I've got going. Pretty extensive, actually. Alright. Put a torch there. And now I'm going to need some air. Light. Okay. Most bad guys will suffer fire damage, just so you know. Alright, here's what you're going to need to do if you want to dig straight down through lava. Bring some water with you. And some air. Air is good. That way, as you're digging down, the wall will turn into obsidian and you can just continue digging. This works for any amount of lava. It doesn't have to be a small pool. It can be a gigantic one. You'll just end up having a shaft of obsidian going straight down the center of it. The only problem is the volume of water you take with you. You have to be able to get some air. One of the ways to get some air along the way is to dig out to the side and make a little air pocket room because water doesn't float up. That way you don't drown. And I'm going to probably need a lot of these because I don't have any good gear yet. I have some flippers for swimming and that's about it. But I just wanted to show you how I deal with digging straight down through lava. And I'm going to cut here and work my way on down to the underworld and hopefully not die in the process. So I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back and I have made it to the underworld. And there's some new bad guys in here to deal with. There's lava slimes that catch you on fire. There's fire bats that catch you on, or hell bats that catch you on fire. And there's lots of other stuff that catches you on fire. And hopefully, before I'm done with this clip, I'll be able to record some of the other things that we're going to have to deal with. But before I do that, I wanted to show you this. It is called Hellstone. It is a green lettered item, and when you break it, it releases a small amount of lava. So watch out for that. Alright, another thing that spawns down here are these fire imps. They shoot fireballs that go through items and are generally annoying because they also teleport. They're gigantic skeletal worms that make your life miserable. And there's also these demon torches that only spawn down here in these buildings. Speaking of these buildings, they are world spawn items. Oh, here's a worm. It's called a bone serpent. These buildings spawn in the middle third of the world. All of his loot's in the lava. Oh well. And in them you can find these things called hell forges, which is one of the reasons why I came down here. There's also some locked blue chests that you need a key in order to get them, but I don't have that key yet. Oh. Be careful. Things that fall in lava will just dissolve. But I am down here primarily with the objective of getting the Hellstone. And it's going to be a while before I'm done down here. I need, I think, 3 whole stacks of this stuff. One other thing you can find down here are these demons that fly around and shoot these circular missiles at you. And some of them are carrying voodoo dolls. If you drop a voodoo doll in the lava, it will spawn the Wall of Flesh, which is the final pre-hard mode boss that there is. And defeating the Wall of Flesh will... oh, there's one of the demons now. Defeating the Wall of Flesh will change the game to hard mode, and it just gets much more tedious from there on out. So I'm going to refrain from beating the Wall of Flesh for a while. One other thing to note about lava, whereas with water you could just place blocks indiscriminately inside the pool of water, lava, not the same. It is very hard to deal with. But thankfully, I have at least got one upper hand when it comes to getting these Hellstone blocks. They are very toasty, and if you step on them without some sort of obsidian potion or some sort of obsidian gear, you'll take lots of damage while touching them. So I used some of my obsidian to create an obsidian skull, which I then reforged to have +2 defense. So now my total defense is 30 for right now. So that's something good. I guess I'll come up here and show you. Those blue things are the attacks that the demon has, and it makes you have decreased vision. It dims you out. It's kind of annoying, actually. But I'm going to need to get 3 stacks of Hellstone while I'm down here. So I'm going to do that between this episode and the next one, and go ahead and wrap up here. So, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get back to you. Also, if you like this video, give it a like. I do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my next videos come out. But that's going to be it for this video, so thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.